Hey, what's up, guys? Scavenger Reviews here. And I just saw Predator Badlands. And hello, it is, look at it, it's my cat. I don't know, man. I have been having a good day. Let me tell you what. Boy. I've been having a good day. No barking from the dog, no smog. And mom cooked the breakfast with no hog. Mwah. Oh, you're so pretty, Well, I also, today, bought my first shotgun. So no, I'm joking. What am I just like, boom? But check this out. So I bought it today, and I am so stoked. As far as weapon safety goes, guys, I know I'm kind of super excited and giddy, but always practice weapon safety. You notice I'm pointing it away from me, and it's not loaded either. It's completely unloaded. Here's the bullets. I'm not going to be loading them on camera, but, I am going to pull one out just to show you guys, and, just because, I don't know, I'm a nerd. Yeah, so right there. Hold on. Oh, they're green. I don't know, opened them up yet. Check it out. That's buckshot. I'm gonna start hunting and, shooting at shooting ranges and stuff like that, and, while we're doing it, might as well show you off my other gun. So this is actually my first ever gun. It is a Diamondback FS9. And again, notice the gun safety. I'm not putting my finger on the trigger, even though it's not loaded. I'm pointing it away from me. Always practice gun safety. But it's super cool. See, literally not loaded at all. You can, hold on. There we go. You can see, no bullet. Doesn't matter. Still not going to point it at my face. But yeah, so these are my guns. It's really cool. Let me put that right there. And look, see, I still got the tag on it. So this is a Remington 870. That is a Diamondback FS9. Pretty cool. And why not? Just because it's right here. Wasn't really my plan, but it does happen to be right here. Look at this. Now see, this is a knife, That's no spoon. But, yeah, so, I don't know, I'm just super happy. I'm having a good day. It's been an awesome fucking day. Got my first shotgun. Not my first, experience, but, got my first one. Even though my brother, Zachary, if you're watching this, dude, you totally freaking flaked, dude. What the heck? With a HE double hockey stick, my bro. Oh, and here's the bullets for Diamondback. They're actually pretty big, So, enough gushing about the day. By the way, hey, I'm not gonna say your name. Friend of mine I went and bought the gun with because, I've been really bad about saying people's names, and I need to not say people's names, whether or not they are quote-unquote generic or not. So I'm going to make up a name and call you, Optimus Prime. So, hey, Optimus Prime, what's up, bro? You're super awesome. I love, hanging out with you. You're the best. Yeah. Anywho, Predator Badlands. So, it's a pretty good movie. I really like it. This is, whenever, your friend, finally goes and talks to that girl, or your friend finally, gets his license, or gets that job, or gets, whatever. And you're like, hey, man, I knew you had it in you. That's what this movie is. This movie is a huge, hey, man, I knew you had it in you because I knew they could do it. You know what I mean? This is what we've been getting in the books, because I read the Predator books and the Alien books and the Alien vs. Predator books and all that. This is what we've been getting in the books for years. But I never thought we'd get it in the movie. You know what I mean? I just, it didn't seem feasible. Basing a whole movie around a character that doesn't speak English and isn't human and can't emote like a human does, this'll never work. Well, guess what, Hollywood? It works, and it's fucking awesome. I really like this movie. I'm not gonna say I loved it. I'll get into some dissuading factors in a moment. But right now, this is the glaze. Get out the honey bun, get out your fucking donuts, get out your fucking mom, because I'm glazing. Alright? So, it's badass. The action in this is top notch. The storytelling is very top notch. I won't go into spoilers just yet, but it doesn't pull its punches, so that's super cool. I can't stand a story that, like, goes halfway and then is like, I don't know about going the rest of that halfway. No, they tell the whole thing. They fully embrace what it means to be a predator, to be a yacha, and like I said, they fully embrace. This is what we've been getting in the video games. This is what we've been getting in the books. This is what we've been getting in the comic books. The one medium we've never gotten a film like this is a film. And it's just so cool. It's so freaking cool, dude. Meow, come over here. You're a predator. Come on. What? I don't know. Whatever. She is technically a predator. She's killed some mice. She killed a rabbit once, actually. It was pretty badass, dude. I got a picture of it. Maybe I'll put it at some point. I don't know. Probably not. Because I don't know where to find that. Gosh. Anyways. So, you've got Deck, right? Deck is the main character. And, he is really cool. Like, so what it is he's the run to the litter. Because that's what a lot of people were saying, like, oh, this predator looks weird. Oh, this predator is small. Oh, this predator, And I was one of the ones who didn't, like, fall to the hate, Like, I have a really bad habit, I've talked about it in the past, of, like, TMNT, not Out of the Shadows, Mutant Mayhem. I thought that looked really bad, and I was, letting myself get poisoned by the hate train. But I went to see it anyways in theaters, and it was fucking awesome. Transformers 1. I let myself... Well, I didn't let myself get poisoned by the hate train. I was on the hate train. I was willingly there. Those trailers made it look fucking terrible. And that's what everyone has said, Paramount, really dropped the ball on that. I have a whole video about that. Look up my video about why Paramount wanted Transformers to fail, or I can't remember what it was. I titled it, but they failed it on purpose. I'm serious. Tinfoil hat conspiracy. They failed it on purpose. Anyways, Deck is really cool, and I like that I was so worried they were gonna find some, like, way, and see, they kind of have a character, this isn't a spoiler, but they have Thia, who is a synthetic, right? And she has a direct line that is calling out every time it happens in a movie. So, I really don't like whenever someone is in a movie, and there's either an alien character who's speaking an alien language, or just simply a foreign character who's speaking a foreign language. And the movie has, I don't know the term, but it's like dissidence, I think is the term, or like some type of narrative dissidence. I can't think of the words for it, but anyways, even though they're speaking in that other language, you hear them in English, and I hate that, I can't think of any examples off the top of my head because, I never can think of examples off the top of my head. The second I hit end on this recording, I am, then I'm going to be like, oh wait, there was this, and this, but they don't do that, and they have a character directly call that out. So Thia, like I said, she's synthetic. Anyways, they have her say a line where she, like, is initially speaking in, like, the Yacha language, which, like, what's the Yacha language called? Like, is it, Yachuese, Yachuan? What's the Yacha language called? Anywho, they have her say a line where she's like, oh, I'll just turn on the universal translator, to you. She's like, to you, I'm speaking in your language, but to everyone else, they'll hear me in their language. So it's like canon, And I just was like, yes, like, oh my god, that's awesome, like, I just, it was so good in that respect that they had the balls, they had the cojones, the ovaries, the testosterone, the, whatever the female one is, estrogen, they had all that to fucking go for it and say, you know what, motherfuckers? See this? You see this down here? These yellow words? That's called subtitles, baby. Read them. You know? I love that. I love that. Like, seriously. And it was a good movie. It was a good story. Like I said, good, very personal. Like, that opening, oof, that's rough. And let me just say, uh, that opening, like, this is what I was joking about earlier, where, like, oh, you'll never get a character like this because I can't emote with the face. He emotes with the face. It is a very good, like the eye acting, of the actor who plays Deck. I don't actually know his name, but like he kills it on the eyes because they're using mocap. But then the mandibles, they kill it on the performance too. Like, there's so many. I was just noticing, like, there's so many times where, like, whenever Deck is, like, tense and, like, kind of like there's a alien creature around and he's poised to fight, his face is completely covered up. And see, that's what I actually really like about like him specifically, because in some of the Predator movies, especially the later ones, the first one, the face is like completely closed, like it would be. Whereas as the series goes on more and more, some of the Predators would have like the mandibles just always constantly out. And like maybe that was just them being relaxed, but you know what that is? That means there's a bunch of mouth breather predators. Like those guys that are like, I can't stand mouth breathers, bro. Like, fucking pack it up. Just pack it up. I can't stand mouth breathers. They're so it's like like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Get it together. Do better. Do better. Do better. Anyways, you got some mouth breathing predators. However, Deck is not, and they like when I buy this, because I'm gonna buy this shit. This is awesome. I'm gonna like extensively comb through those like special features and figure out how they did the face. Was it all CGI or did they have an actual plot? Because I know they had like I know they had like it was a guy like in a suit. Like the whole thing isn't CGI. It's a guy in a suit. But how did they control the mandibles? How did they control the thing? Like the cheeks? Was it all, like, I want to know. I'm so excited. I'm so curious, what else can I talk about without spoiling? The action was good. I said that like 40 times now. Story was good. What else? So Thia, I brought her up. She's synthetic. She is a yapper. She is a yapper. Like, she doesn't fucking shut up, dude. And that's kind of the point. Like, at first when she does like translate herself to the actual language and stuff like that, she like I guess that's the point, is like Deck is super quiet and she's just bah, 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 she's a fucking yapper. And I can definitely see a lot of people like having problems with her character. She does kind of chill out. I think it's just like she's excited or whatever, but she does kind of chill out like towards the late, like middle to late half of the movie. But like, she's a fucking yapper. She was annoying. And then there's this other character who I don't. Can I spoil it? Because I see, I'm the type of person, I only watch one trailer. The first trailer for every movie that I'm actually like excited about or care about. I'm not the type to watch every single trailer and gets spoiled for every single new thing that's coming out and what's going to be in the movie. Because honestly, like, you get the whole movie at that point. It's just the whole movie is cliff notes, and like by the time they've released like 3 or 4 trailers, that's like 15 minutes of footage. Where like, well, like 10 minutes of footage, and then that 10 minutes is repeated a lot of times throughout like multiple trailers. But what I'm getting at is you get the whole movie. Okay, Spider-Man, I'm looking at you. All of the fucking Spider-Man movies are always spoiled the fuck out of. You know? Like, we did not need to know that MJ found out that, Spider-Man's identity was Peter before, like, in the No Way Home, no, it wasn't No Way Home, it was Far From Home, you know? We didn't need to know. So, that being said, there's this other character called Bud, and he is, or she, is it a she or a he? I can't remember. I know, like, no, it's a she. Anyways, she is this little guru, weird little alien, you know, friend. And that is, like, the real, like, see, I can accept the, I can accept the predator, like a predator teaming up with a synthetic because A, that's happened before, and B, yeah, and C, Deck in the story like literally justifies it by saying like, hey, you're a tool, I'm going to use you as a tool, and that's how he gets over like, you know, the I can't accept help on my hunt thing, you know what I mean? And then immediately starts accepting help on his hunt, you know, but like the little thing. I just don't know, man. It was a bit much for me. It kind of like it's weird. It's like obviously this movie isn't trying to like market to children or merchandise like toys or plushies, but it feels like a toy plushie. You know, like this Christmas, get the all new Bud action figure, all new Bud teddy bear. You know, 'cause it feels weird. You know what I mean? And it just felt very out of place. And something else that felt very out of place is the humor. Now, it wasn't bad humor, and it wasn't like the Marvel humor, you know, whatever, but it kind of was the Marvel humor, you know? I mean, they had the same right, you know, not literally, I'm saying metaphorically, like as a joke, you know, they had the same team working on this that they have working on the MCU movies, because, like, I don't know, there's just all these, like, well, this one's not a spoiler, so, you know, Bud takes out, like, you know, a synthetic and, like, rips the leg off or something like that, and then waves the leg at, Deck, and it's just like, what are we doing here? It feels a little out of place. It feels very modern, and I don't necessarily mean that in the best way. You know, it feels like a movie that is falling into the traps of a modern movie. You know what I mean? And I'm not one of those, like, Predator 1 purists. While Predator 1 is amazing, I also love Predator 2. I also love Predators. I also love Prey. Those are the only movies we need to address, you know? Because they're all fucking good, you know? And like I said, I like the books, I like the comic books, I like the movies, yes. I like the video games, you know? Like Predator Concrete Jungle, bro? Peak cinema. Peak cinema. You know? Anywho, what was I saying? Mama say. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I be doing things from time to time. So yeah, it's been a really great day, man. Alright, so now I'm going into spoilers. So like, you know, spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He dies. No, they don't die. But so seriously, get out of here. If you want, like I said, they fully embrace the Predator lore and the Yachura culture and stuff like that. And I was so worried. I was like sweating bullets in that theater, man. Like I was like, oh no, they're gonna do. Well, it wasn't even. I'm broken, you know. Like I've been beaten down by movies pulling their punches and stuff like that. This is not an Ellie from The Last of Us 2 situation. This is not a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 situation. So, again, spoilers, like, go watch the movie, okay? Like, seriously, just go watch the movie. If you've seen the movie, then I'll shut up and just get to the point. Deck, his brother Quay, is killed by their father, okay? Because originally the father is going to kill Deck because he's the runt of the litter and that he's weak and small and probably has a, 5-inch dick, you know? Same, brother, same. No, actually, it's like 2. Anyways, though, Quay, however, takes sympathy on him, and he's like, I can't kill my brother, I love my brother. And he saves him, however, showing, taking pity on kindness, taking pity on the weak is weakness in and of itself, in the father's eyes. And the father fucking murders him, dude. I mean, it's, like, kind of sacrificial, but, like, not at all, no. It was, like, you fucked it over, you know? He gives him the chance to, like, kill Deck, and he doesn't take it, so the father actually kills Quay, and it's, like, really heartbroken. And see, this is what I'm talking about with the acting, you know? The acting of the mandibles and the cheeks, and the acting of the eyes of the actor and stuff like that. You feel the pain, you know? Like, it's that classic situation is in, like, every movie where, like, you know, the character has to witness someone dying. You know, he's trapped behind this glass, and he's, like, screaming, and, like, he can't open the door because Quay locked the door panel, you know, so he's just, like, forced to watch the whole thing, and he literally is, like, you could see the pain on his face. He's like, why? Father, don't kill him, you know? It's, like, it's painful, bro, like, and I'm feeling that for Yachua, you know? I'm feeling that for, like, an alien creature. Like, see, people try to say, like, oh, characters in masks or alien characters can't emote and you can't connect to them. No, you can. You have to just work harder to make that happen, you know? And this movie does the fucking work. It's a good-ass movie, you know? It makes you feel that connection in just the first 5 minutes, you know? And it's just great. It's just great. You know? And, dude, fucking the father, he, like, slices Quay's head off. And then, like, before that happens, Quay, like, pushed some buttons on a panel to, like, send Deck to the alien ship Genna. I mean, the alien planet Genna. So, as Deck is flying away in the ship, the father slices Quay's head off, and then pulls a fucking Conan, and literally holds it like this. Like, they don't focus on it, you just see, like, the father standing in the, like, dust cloud and stuff like that, and you see this shit, you know, just pulling this shit. And it's like, whoa, you know? And then the movie happens, you know? It's a very, you know, I brought up Transformers. It's a lot like Bumblebee, actually. Like, no, seriously, hear me out. It's a lot like Bumblebee, the 2018 movie, you know? Oh my god, it's like Bumblebee. I'm just, like, piecing it together. I'm like, yeah, you know, character who doesn't speak, or either doesn't speak a lot or something like that, has an initial conflict on an alien planet, gets stranded on a different alien planet, which in Bumblebee was Earth and this is Genna, so not quite the same. Finds companionship in a... Yo! They fucking ripped off Bumblebee! I mean, it's a good movie to rip off. It's a pretty decent movie. I like Bumblebee. But, like, they fucking ripped off Bumblebee. Huh, weird. Anywho, not a bad thing. I mean, you know, everything's inspired by something, and, you know, with the amount of stories, it's kind of impossible to make an original story. I'm not even saying that as, like, you know, pessimistic or whatever. Just, hey, everything's based off something. See my bird? You probably can't see her in this angle. You're probably just seeing me and my gun. Anyways, no, the meme where it's like the kid's crying about, like, the last slice of cake or whatever it is. You know? Anyways. So, like, it rips off Bumblebee, but it gets to the planet, the movie happens, and, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's, I don't know. It's good. It's a good movie. And I'm just going to straight up spoil the end, so, like, really this time, if, you probably ought to get what I, you know, was hinting at with the whole Last of Us and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comparison, but, like, really this time, if you don't want it spoiled, you know, get out. It's a good movie, go see it. 5 out of 5, you know, 4 out of 5, whatever it is. he kills his fucking dad. You know? Like, holy cow, dude. He fucking went for it. And, like, he got the point. Like, I was... See, because The Last of Us 2, right? Ellie, you play as Ellie, and, fucking... whatever her name was. I might not have played The Last of Us. I just know about it. Anywho, she fucking murders Joel, right? And then you go through the entire game. Now, can you play a little bit passively? Yes. Can you not kill people? Yes. But, like, shut the fuck up. You know? You go through the entire game murdering people. You know, killing people's friends and stuff like that. And, like, all kinds of stuff. And then right at the end, when you finally reach the person that murdered your surrogate father, you know, she's like choking her out, and then she decides, you know what? No, then I'll be just like you. Oh my god, that is, like, of all the, like, cinematic tropes, that one has to be retired the most. Like, I will take all the MCU jokes, you know, so that just happened. They literally had a so that just happened in Thunderbolts, you know? Are you kidding me? Anyways, I will take all of the other bad tropes of movies if we can just stop doing that. You know? Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that one's a more personal one because I actually did watch that. I fucking love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I thought it was awesome. Except for that ending, man. Like, he should have killed the High Evolutionary, dude. Again, they're going through the whole movie, you know, and all three movies, and even the Avengers movies and stuff like that, you know. Rocket has a fucking kill count, you know. He's got names. He's got bodies, you know. And then he gets to the guy who had tortured him from birth, you know, up until, like, you know, he was X amount of years old and could escape and stuff like that, and killed all of his friends. Massive spoilers for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Last of Us Part 2, by the way. My bad. Oopsie. My oopsies, you know? But no, like, the whole fucking, you know, it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. And then he peels off the High Evolutionary's face because he's got, like, a fake face. His total Red Skull. And he doesn't kill him. Because I'm a freaking Guardian of the Galaxy. Shut the fuck up. Just shoot him. Just fucking mangle that motherfucker. Go Doom Eternal on his ass. You know, fucking... You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite one, is when, Doom Guy, like, he grabs the imps and stuff like that. Is it the imps? Yeah, it's the imps. Plunges both his thumbs into the eye sockets. And then just fucking whips sideways. Like, oh, that is the fucking gnarliest shit, dude. I fucking love Doom. I gotta get back. I want to play Doom the Dark Ages so bad, but I'm poor. If anybody would like to support my Patreon, please support my Patreon and buy me a Doom Dark Ages. I'm poor. Just ignore that, you know? Ignore that I bought a gun today. Anyways. Nah, but for real though, like, he should have killed the High Evolutionary. I hate that so fucking much. The only way you can make it into, like, some version of the story where, like, he didn't kill the High Evolutionary and I thought it was good is if, like, I don't know, the High Evolutionary, you know, it's one of those scenes where, the hero doesn't kill the bad guy, but the bad guy gets killed by something else. Like, if one of those, I forget what they're called, but, like, the things that not Gamora, Mantis, the things that Mantis rides, like the pink thing that they're fighting in Guardians 2, and then they're in Guardians 3 as well, with the tentacles and stuff, with the annular batteries or whatever they're called. If that would have, like, eaten the High Evolutionary, then I'd have been fine, you know? It's like, okay, you know, and you make it look like, you know, Rocket's about to do it, but then he doesn't do it because he's a hero, he's a guardian of the freaking galaxy. Boy, this was not supposed to be a Guardian rant, so let's get back on topic. He kills his daddy, you know? let my daddy die, you know, and it's fucking awesome, you know, like, that's what I'm talking about. They fully, like, Ayatra would not have that moment of, like, no, this is, and there's several moments in the film where, like, does Deck kind of change his perspective on things? Yes, but he still holds true to the Yatra beliefs and, you know, like, thought mindset process and all that, you know, like, I really liked that. There were, like, several moments throughout the story that were almost like, look here, he's gonna crack, no he doesn't, you know, and I just, it's such a good movie, man, it's such a good movie. Is it perfect? No, it's got some flaws here and there, you know, but no, it's such a good movie because he fucking kills his daddy, you know, and before he does that, he gets the opportunity, you know, well, the father doesn't get a name. I was trying to think of his name, but he doesn't get a name. But anyways, father, like, he's literally on his knees about to be killed, and he looks up at Deck, his son, and is like, perhaps I killed the wrong brother. It's like, if you yield now, you can become part of the clan. And Deck kind of says, like, a little bit of like, it sounds cool because he's, like, speaking in his language. But if he, you know, if speaking in English, then it would sound like super cringe. But he's like, I already have a clan. And see, this is what I was just talking about. Technically, he doesn't kill his dad. Bud bites the head off of his dad. What's that of it? See, that's what I'm fine with. Like, I'm fine with that. I mean it, you know? I would have preferred Deck to, like, just full on, like, you know, you know what I mean? But hey, I'll take it. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. You know, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I really am. And then the fucking movie ends, right, with, like, the aftermath of, you know, the father being killed and all the clan, you know, kind of standing around. They don't know what to do, and they draw their swords. Oh, excuse me. They draw their swords, and then you see a ship coming up. And Thia is like, is that a friend of yours? And Deck just says, no, it's my mom. And then fucking credits. You know, like, what? Like, oh my god, brother's gonna get so fucking grounded. You know, he's like, no, that's my mom. You know, brother's gonna get so fucking grounded. I wonder if his mom's got some, like, bigger titties, you know what I'm saying? I know it's super random, but I was just thinking, like, all the Yachua, like, fan art I've encountered, you know, I'm gonna specify fan art with quotation marks because I do be a dabbling. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how they're going to make her look. I'm just from a thematic, cinematic, you know, from a storytelling perspective, I'm very curious on that. You know, will his mom have childbirthing hips? You know, love handles. Will his mom have some tickle? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's such a fucking. Oh, it's been such a great day. It's been such a great day, you know. Dude, it's great. And you want to know what? I'm not even done with it, you know? Like, I'm chilling at home right now, but I'm going to go get fucking, like, oh, dude, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. And I just want to say, you can do everything. You know, and also, and also, you know what I mean? You can do everything. You can be everything. Don't let yourself be limited by, you know, oh, I want to do something like that. Yes, you would. Whatever it is, whatever you want to do. I mean, as long as it's nothing bad, you know. But as long as whatever you want to do, yes, you will do something like that because you want to do it. Go do it, man. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You know? Ah, jeez, man. Oh, it's so cool. Today was a good day. No barking from the dog. No smoke. Oh, man. By the way, one last, fuck you, Zachary. First of all, I doubt you're even still watching after this, because you were probably like, oh god, he's talking about You know what I mean? But, like, you seriously fucking flaked, bro. You know, you were like, yeah, I'll go see the movie with you. And then you never fucking pick up your fucking phone. I hate you so much for that. I don't hate you. I hate you so much for that. You know, you're so fucking annoying. Like, it's not even funny anymore. It's like, you're ignoring me. You're ignoring everyone. Because I'm not even the only one, you know? You ignore everyone, you know? Because don't tell me you're not on your fucking phone. Like, you're on your fucking phone. So you see that call notification, whether it's like the active, like when it's actually happening, and then you do this. You swipe it away. Hey, beautiful. Hi. You swipe it away, though, and it pisses me the fuck off. You know? And it's not even so much that, like, you miss calls sometimes, because I miss calls sometimes. Everybody miss calls sometimes. It's you never fucking return them. Fuck you, you fucking asshole. You never return phone calls. Return phone calls. When I see a missed call from somebody, like, as long as I know them, you know, I'm not going to return a call of, like, an unknown number, but if I see a missed call from somebody, I go, oh, hey. Hey, I missed a call from you, because that's what human beings fucking do. It's called civility. It's called politeness. It's called what you're supposed to do. Return a fucking call for once, you fucking asshole. Love you, bro. Seriously, love you, man. You're awesome. Just, like, get rid of your phone, you know? If you just got rid of your phone, we'd all be chill, you know? Nobody would have anything to yell at you about, because that's, like, pretty much that's it, you know? Just, like, do your shit that you're supposed to do every night, and then that's it, you know? And I know you be answering your friends. You can't tell me you're not. Like, I've heard from your friends say, like, oh, no, he doesn't pick up, and maybe, but, like, you be answering. You just choose not to. Anyways, for real this time. Outro, YouTuber. Let's get some music going, you know, like one of those, like... No, I actually don't like... I actually really dislike YouTuber intros and outros. I find them annoying. I usually just fast forward through them. It's just like, shut the fuck up, get to the topic. Which is really funny, considering I never shut the fuck up and just get to the topic. Look at this little kid right here. She's so beautiful. See how amazing she is. She's such a good kitty. She's such a good girl. Yeah, get that motor going. I hear that. Yeah, I hear that motor going. Anyways, I've been Scavenger Reviews. Catch me on everything I listed already. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go see a certain somebody about a certain salacious activity.